All right, hello everybody. We are back, and I don't know what we're doing yet today, so that's why the patch is back up. I figured I would just scroll through the patch and kind of just go through like some stuff I haven't seen. I could have done this off stream, but figure it's kind of fun to sometimes see what I've already gone through and stuff. Like, I already gave Platox a try, Magmuts. I don't think I'm gonna do Mental Chromion. Scunch is whatever. I still want to try Ignite Protection, but because it's so severely bugged, probably gonna wait on that. Tried Azeroth. I could try Zenarith. I was asked to do that, so I'll consider it. Mix Phantom Whiplash maybe. Raise I honestly don't like that it even got. I don't think that matters much at all. Guldur we tried. New Oshiar is just a nerf. Tried Vental. Could try Arachnite on a deeper level, but I know I'm gonna try this a lot just in general. So I don't know if I even need to do a theme for it because like we tried a whole bunch of stuff. And I like we could try bully again. I don't think this damage really matters, and you'd still have to. You're still competing with Bronyon, Skunch, and Grandpa. So there's just. I mean, Parrier, maybe a Parrier Mashuk would be all right. Try a new Tireless and Straw Shield ain't out yet. So I mean, yeah, there's ain't a whole lot of new stuff left to do. In fact, as far as like purely new stuff, there's almost nothing. So I think I'm gonna do kind of like a mix of the two requests I got at the end of yesterday, which one of them was for a Zenith Crystal Tail team, and the other one was to bring Paharo back. So and they kind of work together, so that's gonna be the goal. For anyone who's curious, there in the Just Play tournament, this is the team I ran. I'm probably gonna bring this back in maybe a video tomorrow because this is just my first attempt at making like a good team this patch. I think Bun Bun is honestly like a top tier right now. It's okay, maybe not a top tier, but it's like it's up there. Every single time I played it, it got value. Resilient is just so absurdly broken, and having like Mudrid's typing was always good, but now that you can viably use it and have the utility of Crystal Deluge, it's super nice. I think Mastion and Turok are going to be a really strong combo this patch, just because of weakness covering and such. And then Auhi with Bun Bun I think is going to be a good combo. So I'll probably play around with some stuff like Ragnet didn't feel good. Probably evolve MIDI, just because I think in general Sandby would be more viable, and we'll see what else. But today we're just gonna. This will probably be like the end of me trying out new stuff as far as just like specific themes to try out stuff. Just because, like I said, I pretty much covered everything. But we're gonna give a physical Zenareth a try with Crystal Tail, and then really you pick Wrecked Farewell Zenareth, and there is nothing in the competitive section. It is all for fun. That's surprising. Dominic, hello, welcome. All right, and then we're gonna bring back the Paharo for fun. For all the EU folks, I said I was trying to get some weekend streams out earlier. I found that streaming on or playing in the Just Play tournament takes away like 3 hours in the middle of my day that I'd normally use to get just stuff done. So it's most of the time, it's just going to be really tough to do both. So I'll either not participate in the Just Play very often, or I will end up having to do late streams on Saturday as well, and hope I can get an earlier stream on Sunday, but even that can be a lot to ask. It's just real life has to take priority. I hope you guys understand, and I hope I can get some earlier streams to talk with some of y'all again that are watching purely on YouTube. But appreciate y'all regardless. Noob and Deja, hello. Okay, so this will be our core. Maybe maybe I go two Vine instead. No. I was thinking just because Tuvine does have H slap itself. We've been there, done that. I don't have. I'd like to try Sharp Belief plus Slingshot Shimmerian at some point, but that day's not today. Well, I should do another Piranha. This time it'll be Energy Reserves offensive, just because I still think it's one of the best H-Slap users. And then that kind of rounds out the core a little bit more. Now it'll probably just be like type coverage. Maybe like an Earth type. No. Something to beat fires, it's not water. Yeah, Chim Raid Boss team today won all 3 games. Really? Very interesting. Were you running Mirror Shell on it? Or just like a Shween Rage or something? What's the Paharo cheese? Paharo gets Friendship and then also H-Slap. So you can lower defense by 2 stages, inflict isolation, and increase damage by 15%. It's just kind of... And it also has Hypno and Turbo, which is kind of the advantage it has over Smazzy. Paharo also has the lowest stamina in the entire game. In the entire game, I think. I'm pretty sure it does. So to get up to 61 stamina, it's 366 TVs, which is absolutely like absurd, like beyond absurd. So the whole thing, the Kip was, who was the one who recommended it, was to abuse the stam bug, so you can get away with less stam invest. I don't know what stam point we're gonna hit yet, but it'll be something. Sharpening 2. Dang, so you're trying to get like +8 in every single stat? Something that can be at fires. I mean, I could try like Gallios, like an offensive Gallios. I don't want to add another melee week. So I think it's like either Gario, Babawa, Nesla. Might be Nesla. Because then I can beat fires and then just not get hit by electric attacks, which is what I want. Kino enables it so much. Kino even get changed this patch? I don't remember any changes for it. I've seen a few of them though. The toxics and stuff didn't get hit either, so it's not like an indirect buff or anything. Kind of surprised. Glad to see some different stuff around though, for sure. Maybe like Tutsu, I don't know. Tutsu Gialis is a really nice combo. Kind of want to enable Zenarith a little more though. Get a Purgation user? How many Purgation users are there? I mean, Ooh. Volgon is very tempting here. I think we might go for it. It'll give me another Earth weakness, so I'll have to round that out, probably with a Nature. No, I can't have a Nature because it's going to be weak to Fire then. Ah. This one's tough. Or not Purgation, beef up. It's funny, I type in Purgation to the wiki and it still shows up, so I appreciate that. So on my Volgons, I normally run this set and then I run Diabolo on it. Six base stamina than Kalamazoo, and 6 points lower than Curry. Oh yeah, see, I know it. I knew it was bad. I think it's like base 22. I think is the number. I was surprised to see it have 39 stamina. Honestly, I thought it would be worse. It's See, this is another Earth week. Yeah. This team is just tough to build around. Like Volfi, no, not Volfi. Is Gallios to play? Does Gallios even add to this team, though? I don't think it does a whole lot. I could do like Mashuk. Mashuk can do like turbo synergy. Not weak to. It would be the only toxic on my team. We'll go Mashuk. We'll try out the Perrier set. Kind of makes me want to put on Molgu now. I might have to replace some with Molgu. And that's a perfect job. So, you know, physical team value. A heli kick. Love heli kick. Yeah, no, I want turbo somewhere though. What about turbo over uppercut? I don't think there's a whole lot of Wolfies around these days. What can I replace to add Molgu? Nesla? There goes my biggest fire counter. I've only got the one tox. Maybe I probably just won't do Molgu this time. I really like the parry and Mashuk and Molgu combo. I think it's super strong. If your opponent doesn't have a direct counter to it, it can just be devastating. Bring Sweatband just because this thing needs all the stamina help it can get. I might even just go up to like 41 stamina so I can have some TVs and other stats. Gialis. I don't even know what trade I want this one to be. Maybe just good old mirroring. Fake beards, good general item. Throw a first aid kit on the Piranhiant. Since I got 2 turbo users, I don't want to run camo on my Nesla. I feel like I always run into this issue where I was like, oh, I don't want to run camo on that Nesla. Like normally drill was always an okay second option because you get the value against like hologram digis, and you can T-strike a Plotamus if it tries to toxin shower and you live. But now the toxin shower's gotten nerfed, it was also good for Shellant, but now the Shellant got nerfed. It's just its value has been going down. We'll throw marbles just because marbles should be somewhere on the team. We got just a double screen on the Perry Mashuk. Good value. Never seen a Paharo on PvP. What does it do? That's okay. That's what we're here for. It's just... I should put an attacking move on it. Yeah, it's Friendship and then Humiliating Slap. So it doesn't do much in itself, but it can enable strong physical crystal attackers. And, you know, it offers support with speed, with Turbo and Hypno. Special attack is slightly higher and less stamina for Windburst. Now, the sad thing is you could just run Stare and do the same thing. But the whole thing is that, like, 10% chip damage. You know? Because H-Slap does do some amount of damage. You never know when that Isolate's going to come in handy. Okay. We got Crystal Tail. I think we should throw Sharp Stabs for Prio. Maybe Sharpening. Never know. Like Sharpening is a really strong move, and then like Major Slash. Mineral Hail's nice for spread, and Crystal Bite's strong damage, but I think we can get away with just like this sort of set. Don't have to invest too much stamina this way, because most of our moves are super cheap. And on the rare occasion where we would click Major Slash, hopefully we have enough going for us so we can get away with it. Cheer up and run Trample Magma. It's time. Magma was yesterday. It was awful. Somebody actually disliked that video already. Like, somebody must not have liked my conclusion on Magma. Or something else. I'm not sure. Maybe it was the double drawing at the end. Well, gee, my bad. Alright, Piranhient, Cold Geyser, Nox Bomb, and then Ice Cubes. I always use Piranhients as just kind of an offensive support. Deals a whole bunch of damage if it gets the option to, and then H-slaps whenever it needs to. Might be the stall too they disliked. Nah, I mean, if I was pulling it off well, that's fair, but I am not a stall player. It was maybe it was a stall player, and they were like, "Dude, how are you messing this up?" It's like, well, gee, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm actually gonna try not investing any stamina in Xenarth. It's kind of just taking advantage of the bug right now, but also I could get 5 Crystal Tails off without. I mean, probably more like 6 or 7, just because of the natural regen, even without the bug. Before I had OX, even throw a couple sharp stabs and sharpening in there, you still have like a 4-turn rotation with 0 stam, just because of how efficient the move is. I always like going 200 stam on or 200 speed on my Xenariths. Just feel like it's valuable to do that. We're gonna go max attack. Xenarith will be a menace, and it doesn't mind dying too much because Richt Farewell. We'll still put some HP in it for sure. I'll do the Paharo set last. We're gonna go a really bulky Gialis. Gialis can definitely go either way. What was my record again? 1-4. I think it was 1-5 because I just cleared it off this morning. Here's this physical with trample, and it did okay. But did it do anything that another Tem couldn't do better? Like, is there any? Like, if you're investing offensively, I feel like if your opponent can definitely rush you down a lot better. So it's tough. Sure, we'll just go up to 61. Stam bug's the thing. Even that's quite a bit of invest. Actually, we'll max HP and then fill attack here. Which is still plenty. Gialis has got a ton of stats going for it. 61 stam, 1 speed. Best Chimerian spread to ever exist. I feel like it always ends up the same whenever I run the thing. It's just good old reliable spread. Okay. So another thing is I have to have my Piranha reach 233 speed in order to outspeed the Gialis. So that's the tough part. It was okay tanking hits. Yeah, I mean it doesn't excel at anything. It's almost like they tried to make Magmet too balanced. Like just for fun. I know it was yesterday's thing, but let me pull up Magmut's stat spread. Like it's got 75, 75, 64, 64. And then even its stamina is like right around those now. Its speed is lower and its HP is a bit higher. That's the only thing that is even different about it. But the boost that has an HP, if you mix it together with the defenses, it averages about to what the attacks are at. So it's just like it's over. And then it's just this defensive weak. I don't know. Magma's an interesting Tem, but it will always just kind of be useful sometimes and never others. Alright, so I should have left that up. I think I might coke to live a T-strike or something. HP wise, maybe I don't even bother. Because the thing is, like, Piranha eats stamina like crazy. Normally I go up to about 71 stamina invest, which is Cold Geyser, H-slap. But that's 62 invest as is, and if I'm staying on the board more than 2 turns and I want to click Cold Geyser, it's tough. And now it's just like, probably invest like 200 HP, and then the rest in an attack, so I do something and can't be completely ignored. But I'm still paper on the special defensive side. It's not the worst thing to ever happen, but it's not real awesome. Nessa, we'll just go. We're gonna go on the bulk. We're gonna do a bulkier Nessa. is my bulky Nestle spread. Outspeeds Chromions with Prio. This was on my speed tier list. Don't remember for sure though. This is another one that's relatively balanced. It's just at least its offenses are tied for no reason at all. It's just its physical defense is lower. Play 65 instead of 71 because of the bug. I know. So honestly, I don't want to get into a habit of abusing the bug too much. I'll leave Paharo and Zenerith to take advantage of it a little bit, but in general, even on this team, I could have left Bun Bun at 0 stamina. I could have, but this is more of a spread that I could get used to using, and so I want to know that like, is this a speed tier I can get away with, or should I take some out of special attack for that stamina invest? Is it even worth keeping that much stamina invest? I found it really nice because, but then again, but Bun Bun could stay on the field for like 4 or 5 turns without OXing because it's also got bait. So I don't know. I just don't want to get in the habit of abusing the bug. But you're completely right. I could definitely save some. Okay. We're gonna go 234 here. We're gonna go 235 because Mashuk's gonna be 234. Because this is just how I do my speed tiering. Because Piranhient is faster than Gialis. Mashuk is faster than Piranhient in case I want a perfect jab into a Cold Geyser. And then Volgon is faster than Mashuk and everything else, just in case I want to stare or beef up into any sort of offensive attack. Now Volgon I might take advantage of the stamina too, because triple T strike is pain. I think it's like 100 stamina invest, 101, 103. Might just go with it. It's nice for Volgon to have some staying power, stamina wise, because I do have refreshing Diabolo on it, and it's unlikely that people really rush it down because it's not too big of a threat. So if it can, but it's not like it's gonna be super offensively threatening, but it has an insane natural base special attack. I think it's the second highest in the game. No, that doesn't sound quite right. I think it's Oshiara, Whiplump, Taifu Volgon. Whatever. Doesn't really matter. Mashuk is another Temtem with low stam. It's like we're playing with 0 stam all around today. Well, that's painful. Alright, I can't do a triple wastewater. Gonna do like double wastewater P-Job. That's 67. Still 100 invest, but I think I can make it work. Crazy, hello, welcome. And someone as well. We are running Paharo. I'm not running the tourney team tonight. I wanted to finish off kind of trying out all the new stuff. And giving Zenerith with ctail a try is about the last thing I wanted to. You mentioned it yesterday, someone, so I figured I'd knock it out. I looked through the patch notes at the start, and there really wasn't anything else to experiment with. And cause I even gave Azarok a try, but it's time for the big one now. What? Paharo is just kind of fun. It's got H-Slap friendship, so it's kind of like the whole Smazzy P-Job friendship thing. But Paharo also offers support with Hypno and Turbo. Kip wanted me to give it a try because Paharo has the lowest stim in the game. And you can take advantage of the stamina bug right now. Like, for reference, it was just how many? It is 16 TVs for 1 point of stamina. And I calculated earlier, it's like 350 invest for 61 stamina on the thing. So I'm thinking, can I get away with 41 stamina? Because I have both Sweatband and the stamina bug. So I'd be regenning 9 a turn. So if I do like a H slap plus turbo plus H slap plus hypno rotation, that's far too much. Maybe I can. How much would it be? Would a 3-turn rotation be? H slap turbo H slap. 57. That's still horrible. I might as well just go up to 61 at that point. Oh my goodness. Basically 300 invest. Why the wind burst? Do you actually need the damage? Do you have another suggestion? You never know when it'll be worth it just for some cheap damage. If you go back to the last time I tried this, because yeah, it's not the first time I gave it a try before. There was a game where I needed the damage. I actually had Feather Gatling before, just for slightly more damage, and because it was like a physical set. I think I had like, Piddle attack invest. But there was a game where the attack mattered, and I won the game off of it. So don't underestimate. We go max speed just because it's going to be the most important stat on the thing, and then we invest the rest in HP. I don't know. I kind of feel like I just want 61 stamina. We'll see if that's overkill after a couple games. Want max speed for H-Slap to go first? Yeah. Yep. I don't need max. The fastest crystal type on my team is Gallus at 232. But it is the idea for it. And it's more like I want the speed to be absolutely maxed so that after a turbo, or even just in general, my Hypnos can outspeed stuff. So that's what we got. This will probably go awful. I mean, honestly, last time it didn't feel bad. I was very surprised that the team worked. I could have just grabbed that exact team code and just slapped it. Well, it's probably expired by now. It's definitely been 3 months. I doubt anyone's touched the thing, which is a bit sad. I can go back to that video. Except I don't know. That's probably too far back. But we'll just give this a try instead. If only strats in the game for Paharo to live something. It wouldn't work on Paharo because it only works on 4x hits. Stare for the 2 stages of defense down on instead of the 1 on H slap. I mean, yeah, like that's the smart play, but we aren't here for smart stuff. We're here for goofy stuff. Even then, I just can't imagine you'd really run Paharo seriously. All right, I'm just pinging everyone in the chat again, so apologies for a double ping in while I ignore you guys for like a minute. I don't feel like changing the title. But I will anyways. All right. And now we just kind of wait. Yeah, the wording is really confusing on it because it says super effective. And while super effective just means anything that you take extra, like, double damage from in Pokemon, the terms in Temtem are effective damage is actually 2x, and super effective damage is 4x. I don't remember where that was clarified, probably in one of the tips that everyone skips through, but yeah. They did clarify it in the patch notes, though, that it specifically is only on 4x hits, which I'm not sure how much use the item's going to see, but, you know, if we ignore how strong Bunbun is, maybe it can help Mudrid live like an uppercut, or help Gario live a plague. The thing is with most Tems that have 4x weaknesses, it's not like they ever want to be on a board in front of a Tem that is using those moves. So you can't deal damage on that board even if you take the hit. So it's a little weird. I'm sure it'll see some use. I know Workman was excited to try it out on Droply, which is kind of goofy. I like that thought. Here to have a good time, not a win time. Yeah, good. I'm glad. 'Cause that's kind of how it goes. Wind Straw Shield make the 4x 2x. Yeah, that's what it's not. It doesn't even completely eat the damage, so it still sucks that way. But it's still much easier to live stuff. You'd be surprised how many things that Bun Bun can live without investment. Like I was surprised. I first like I most defensive or every time you run an LC Tem, you gotta acknowledge that its stats are like 0. It's very low. You're playing at a direct stat disadvantage. And so when I played Bun Bun, I'm like, okay, it's got respectable speed and special attack, the same stats that Mudrid excels in. That makes sense. And then it has paper thin defenses, like Mudrid, so I expect it to die to like plagues and water cannons and stuff. But I first lived a Cold Geyser it was a stall Piranhient on stream. And I only took like 60%. I'm like, huh. I still, even a 0 invest Cold Geyser, I still thought that would do almost my entire health bar. Like, I'm a Bun Bun. But then I got hit by a Plague from a Volphy, and it only did like 80%. I'm like, oh, it must be a low special attack Volphy. And then I got hit by a Tsunami by an Oshara, and I'm like, I know Tsunami's kind of a low base move, but Oshiara. And so I started running the calcs, and from a max special attack Oshiara, you only take like 80% from Tsunami. Same thing with the Volphy Plague. Chromion too weak. Do you have max special attack in it, or is that just raw damage? Because I as soon as I saw a reactive vial, I was like, it's probably a bit bulkier. And based on the calcs I did, I'm pretty sure I can survive. And lo and behold, it worked. You're not max? Yeah, I didn't think you were, because Sinner Typer is just very strong. But still, it was the gamble I took. The other play I had was to try and like Crystal Dust the thing, and then hope the Crystal Dust into the Plague would kill, because my Bun Bun's faster than my Lawali, so I wouldn't have had to fight through the reactive vial healing. You like the vial lead against Volphies. It doesn't kill. Yeah, I didn't think it would. It seems like a very bulky Chromion, far more than I would have ever expected. Friendship H-Slap Paharo, I am indeed. And welcome, Workman. Oh, I almost selected my middle team. I am not familiar with this player. Ivishia? Ivica? I don't know. Now, I did not play. Oh, I was almost gonna say I didn't play in Kisiwa, but I feel like this is what a Kisiwa team would almost look like. And then I saw the Amphitheater. I guess Kisiwa had the Kinu Yowler stuff, anyways. But it's a lot of older Tems. There's none from Arbory. See, there's no Mentals, and the only melees was Shook. Just kind of an interesting team comp to see. 4 neutrals. I don't like fires, so we're gonna take out the Raiken. It's only got one of them, so this should be all right. Thoughts on Paharo's stamina? I lowest in the game. We've got 350 or something to invest in it to have the 61. I could definitely take some out. I probably should, but you know, I want the thing to stick around if it can. We're just trying stuff out, you know. What can I do to scare off the roller? We go Piranha. Any tips on using mix? team's 5-2, but mixes cost me in both fights. 0.5 HP and 1.5 HP left. Other games hasn't done a lot either. Are you saying like your opponent's mix are living on that low of HP? Or when you're playing it, it's living? Because normally you want it to live on low HP. Or you just want it to live in Puppet Master so that you can make some stuff happen. But I mean, mix is tough because you're basically completely... Mix's viability for the most part, at least in the past, has been around how many spread moves does your opponent have? Because normally you can hit move with a strong hit mix with a strong super effective move, and it'll take it down to like low percents, and then any amount of spread will finish it off. But now that it has Phantom Whiplash, it can function better even if it gets ignored, just by swapping around a little bit. Thoughts on Crema making the lowest stamina Temtem the postal delivery Tem? You know, I have thought about that before. I'm like, huh, you know, that's actually a weird decision. But it does when they did the Q&A, we got a big bring Paharo. It's available. when they did the Q&A, my question was more or less a lore question about Anahir. And Yaw's response was basically, we don't actually communicate with the story team, or what I don't know what he called it. So it doesn't seem like they have a lot of connection between like the story, the stats, and then what actually happens in the game, which is very disappointing. I was kind of hoping there would be more of a connection. So stuff like that, it doesn't make sense and it doesn't really have a purpose. You've attacked with, and instead of killing, it's leaving them at under 2%. I don't think that's a mixed problem. That's just please be an anaerobic Valorant, by the way, please. Ugh. Nice. No V-Gust? Question mark. Maybe predicting me to swap. Most people calc their Tems to just barely live on that like 2%. It's just they want their Tems to live 2 strong hits or 1 super effective hit. And so Mix can actually get around that by refreshing. So when you're playing Mix, the biggest thing you gotta do is you have to try and create space to get a refresh off. And that all of a sudden makes Mix a huge threat. And now with Phantom Whiplash, you can refresh after you like swap it in or get the hold off of that, and then you'll have the threat of Whiplash. Before it either had the Pryos threat of energy manip, which just never did anything, or it had sorry, I gotta think about what I'm doing here. Is it parrier? It's not parrier. It either had the prio threat of Emanip, which really didn't do anything, or you had to wait for a low prio move with Psy Surge or Denigrate. So that felt bad. So Phantom Whiplash is really nice. I think the 0.5 was after refresh. I think I might be able to take some bulk off and add to attack. Yeah, it varies. I haven't... Mix is like the other thing I could have tried today that I didn't. I should still be faster even after the sharpening. It's just a question of, does the tornado kill me? I don't think it does. Yeah, I mean, there's really nothing you can do on opponents living on low percents. It's just that's their plan. Nice, we lived, we lived. Okay, that does no damage, but that's fine. I didn't expect it to, but this is gonna do like 60-70% kill. So, yeah. I was pretty confident that it wouldn't kill. Oh, no synergy turbo. Okay. I'm gonna actually swap Zenith here. I think it'll still have some use later. We're gonna do a turbo of our own, and we're gonna swap to Volgon. Because this super conduct will have synergy. Turn myself spike, swapped Tyra and killed him. Yeah, I remember doing that a few times myself. It barely lives, unfortunate. Valoran rested instead of killing. A smart play, unfortunate for me. Double swap. Fair enough. I don't think I have a whole lot of pressure against anything here. I guess I've got Gialis, which is kind of nice. Like I can Hypno here. And I'm bringing Gialis. Up our parry Mashuk with Burns seems fun. Try and Kelk, so you can leave Mashuk token in front of like Turok, and Turok needs 4 hits at best. Yeah, I remember running parry or Mashuk to beat Turoks all the time. Because most Turoks don't run that high of attack, and you can really punish them for that. No, the Paharo. No, it killed! It's a Jack of all trades Valash, interesting. Kind of sad. I was hoping the Paharo lived that so I could get an H-slap off. At least his big crystal moves down. Now the best thing he can do is click sharp stabs. We're going to use beef up over stare here. Just because I don't know how long Volgon has left to live. Because my Volgon's so speed invested, is always going to be the fastest thing on this board. C-spikes. Yeah, pain. No way Valash lives this, so that's nice at least. I don't think he had a lot of speed in his Mashuk. So I'm pretty sure I could outspeed it with a sharp stabs. He goes for Volerant here though. It's -4 special defense, but it'll outspeed me. I don't know if a Toxic Plume kills though. I think we just go for Crystal Bite. If I kill the Volerend, awesome. If I don't, it'll pass on to the Cernif. And all's well and good. HKS. Onto the Volgon. It kills. Wow. I guess I overestimated Volgon's resists. Now he's got an easy kill on Zenith this next turn, and I don't think Gialis can quite clean up the game, unfortunately. Oh, a Frond Whip on the Cernif too. Yeah, no, if Volgon lived, it would have been fine because I could have taken out Volarend and then finished off the Cernif, or done a ton of damage to Cernif there. But that was not the case. Yeah, very unfortunate. I probably get another move off here with Gialis, but it just doesn't matter. I saved the sharp stabs on Gialis, hoping to outspeed the Mashuk, but it just can't do enough damage to the Cerny fast enough. Maybe I should have sacked the Zenrith earlier for the Wrecked Farewell. I kind of forgot that trade even existed. And GG. I kind of wonder if that guy had like 500 offense invest in all of his Tems. Because I feel like that Valash did way more damage. Like I know Paharo's isn't very strong, but I don't know. I feel like I shouldn't have died to that if he didn't have significant invest. Because he didn't have an attack boost from Jack of all trades yet. And then that Volarend also felt like it did a ton of damage. Don't know. GG regardless. He definitely skimped on speed though. Because I was able to outspeed him a few times. He just had speed scaling options with Volarend, which was tough. I also overestimated how well Zenrith could take hits. The helicopter kick I took early on, I just probably shouldn't have taken. It didn't help I didn't know what trait the Mashuk was. I kind of focused it down thinking it was... I tested it for what trait it was. I probably should have put that damage on the Volarend. Because if I did, then that Crystal Bite very well could have killed. And then the Sharp Stabs could have knocked out the Mashuk. And I would have, when I had Zenrith and Gialis in the late game. And it just would have snowballed everything. And the Cernif doesn't have a spread move, and I could have at least used 2 hits to kill it, whether that's like hook kick or just 2 crystal tails or something. So there was definitely some routes to win there, and I just didn't take any of them. You know, the other thing was not having any mentals at all also felt kind of bad. Because crystals are, you know, best counter to mentals. And I feel like mentals are relatively common right now because of the just overall power that Tataru has. People want something to counter it. And mentals are about as good as it gets. Pairing a mental with something that can inflict a status is also nice because most Tatterers are on Talisman over bait, and so you can still kill them on the turn if you inflict like burn or poison. Not that there's a whole lot of great options for that, because Fiery Soul doesn't have enough offensive pressure immediately. Stuff like Toxic Ink doesn't do all that much damage. You kind of got Wastewater as your best choice. Mix an Auhi for Tataru? Yeah. Yeah, I've been running Auhi, and I'll probably swap to Sambi. I like Sambi in general. I just think it's a very strong Tem. I'm surprised we don't see it more often. But I guess it's just because it doesn't do anything against digital teams. And you're only allowed to have like 1 slot as a dead slot against digis. Flash Nagy. All right. Once again, no mentals. Couple digis. Another faster team. I think I just take out the hedging just because I don't want to deal with fires. Like the MIDI I used today. I ran MIDI for a couple weeks, so in like 1.4, I think it was. As soon as it got Matter Teleport, I gave it a few tries. It was really fun. And the big reason I used it today was its best partner was Mudrid, and now Bun Bun is just better Mudrid. So it was really funny that I could use the two pre-evolutions, and it's like they are relatively strong. It's just the niche use that MIDI has over Sandby doesn't come up often enough. I think we go Chimerian. Trying to think. I don't live in Nature Torrent plus a Tesla Prison on Piranhient. I don't think I live 2 moves on Paharo either. Might have to be a Volgon game. Probably gonna ban the Momo now, just because I don't have any mentals, and it's super punishing for slow teams. And he's banning out my crystals. Come on, let me run the Paharo. It's actually a pretty good plan to do that, because that's the only reason why I really run Paharo. And if you start banning it out, then it's just like, oh well, what's it doing there then? Nothing. I'll grab Piranha just because it's very threatening if it survives and can get a hit off. We'll pick the Paharo just for fun, and then grab the Mashuk as well. This one's already looking like it's going to be a bit tough, though. Now, like a Stair CPG would just take out the Obi if it stays in. Doesn't really have any swaps either. I guess he could swap into Latimus. Doesn't get synergy microwaves that way though. But if I just let him, I think we're just gonna go for the Obi. It's okay. No sparks and no microwaves, just a straight microwaves. That's not that much damage. It's gonna be a plasma beam though. It is. Okay, that'll hurt my damage output quite a bit. I don't think this kills anymore. Probably get it down to like 15%. %. Alright, now we swap in Piranhient and then we just go for the Electric Storm. Is it a great play? No, it's not. But I want to kill the Obi. I hope this does it. And I don't have anything great to eat the hit here. Piranhient's about the best thing I've got. It's going to be the Nature Torrent prediction. Binary Flood. So no Diabolo. Oh, it lived on 1 health. That might just be the game there. That's so sad. If I had one more point in special attack. Oh, yikes. Because like Piranha just dies now, and there's no coming back from that. I can't really get a hold off on anything meaningful. Chaser, hey, how's it going? Good to see ya. It's going real well. Well, except for this match here, but like I've been enjoying the patch a whole lot. It's been probably the best patch since like 1.1. It's really been a blast. The slow Chromion? Oh no, I forget I'm a fast Piranhant. I could have killed the Obi there. Like, I can Glass Blade. Oh, the Diabolos, so the Chromion, the chip damage I did to it is now just completely gone. Can Turbo, which might do something. My Glass Blade outspeeds Obi, but it's never going to be enough. A reset just to drop my attack. That's really, really impactful, actually. Just as a way to go out, too. Yeah, my Paharo is faster than his Chromion. That's so weird. Even if it has Prio now, I can outspeed it with Hypno. Like, why wouldn't you have at least 265 speed on your Chromion, especially since you have a Tesla Prison user? Two of them. Are you very fast, Shim? No. I am base speed, Shim. Oh, it's got hologram though. I'm like, I can outspeed it. I was so confident. Yeah, he's just gonna unseen my Chimerian. I probably should have just attacked him anyways. I did. Okay, so it's a very low offense invest spider at least. Like Cube, hello, welcome. And Argan, hello as well. Everyone hates base speed, Shim. I mean, it just takes so many hits. I like the thing. Oh man, he's just not letting me have anything here. I don't even think it dies. Oh man, I wonder if the Dublin would have killed the spider. Probably not, but Peck Paharo. I have Wind Burst and I'm plenty fast, so I can take it out that way. But it's tough. I could turbo the Mashuk here. Then I OX, which kind of hurts. I should probably just forfeit. Like, there's... Well... I don't want to forfeit yet. If he's got a slow Chromion, maybe I'll have a slow Platamus, you know? Platymus is not slow. I lived, but not enough. Far from it. I think I'd coat too. I guess not like people need sweatband right now because of the stand bug. Guess Paharo wasn't living this turn anyways. If I got to a situation where it was just Volgon and Gazuma, maybe I could do something. But I don't think that situation's ever coming. Marco, hello, welcome. Just pick one, I don't stand a chance. Yeah. I'm just gonna forfeit. Because I don't win that. If the Obi didn't live, I probably could have done something. But he played pretty perfectly the whole time. He didn't give me he in pick ban, he banned 2 of my crystals, only gave me the 1. He lived on his lead. He swapped in his Platymus right when I tried to H-slap and take out Chromion. If Platymus had died, I would have had Hypno up, and I could have Hypnoed the Chromion or the Arachnite or something and maybe made something happen, but no. So yeah, he didn't make any mistakes as far as I know. Got another match. Lots of Umbras. Very earth heavy. 3 earths and then a fire and Anatan. We got the 1 water type, which sucks too. So let's see, if I want to pick like Piranha plus a crystal, Acronox is going to be the worst for me because it hits both. I can't imagine that he'll pick Minnow this on lead, if at all. Like, Minnow's really bad against triple crystals and then 2 electrics. And Atan's just so strong against me. Pretty much holds me into Gialis as my lead. Turn 1 H-slap into double gash, and then turn 2 probably Cold Geyser. I could just not H-slap and then go for the freeze, like double Cold Geyser onto the Anatan. Kind of depends on what he picks here. Yeah, see. I'm thinking. Well, I should ban first. Osakai's bad for me. I'm thinking I'm going to actually H-slap the Cernif this turn. Or maybe I'll swap because it's relatively obvious that he'll swap on his Anatan just because of how valuable it is. I want to H-slap the Cernif. because I'll be faster than it this turn. But then if he attacks me with water cutting, I'll be able to pretty much one-shot the Anatan if he stays in, but I don't have any way to keep him trapped in. If I would, my only potential cage would have been on Bolgon, which I don't have, and he banned it anyways. I want Chimerian for sure. Probably going to grab Nesla too, just because I need some backup for Anatan, because right now it's looking grim. Probably not a Paharo game. Because he'll have a mental no matter what. But maybe the Hypno would be better than just raw. Like, crystal damage isn't going to do a whole lot. Especially to Anatan and Tarak, but putting them to sleep would be extremely valuable. We're going to try it. Paharo value. I mean, that's just kind of the theme today anyways. Last theme team we'll probably do for a couple days, so might as well make it count, you know? If we keep going on a bad loss streak, I might just switch teams. We'll see. We'll see. I know the people that are having success with the Crystal Tail Zenareth are pretty much running it bulky, usually on like a stallier team, much slower paced than even this is. So me trying to have like on tempo lots of damage really quick is probably causing the issues, but partially. Ooh, Prio on the local. Not quite in range of first aid kit. That hurts. I'll have to swap it in to eat like an earth hit from Tarak at some point. I knocked out the synergy from Wokal at least. But Cernief's defense is just through the roof, so I'm not in a super great position here. This is probably the best chance I have to get Chimerian on the board. I'm just fine burning Crystal Bite on the Cernief here. I want to keep Stabs and Hook Kick for the moment, though. Hook Kick I can use on Turok, and Stabs I can use to finish off Minotaur. No, Hook Kick also on Anatan, for that matter. Cernief lives for sure. I can use Stabs on it next turn before it gets priority back from Wukl, but we'll see how the turn plays out. He stays in. Aquatic on Gialis hurts. Must have been predicting a swap. Yeah. Okay, at least that went on the Chimerian. If that went on Gialis, I would have been in bad shape. Really, really bad shape. I'm gonna try and Frond Whip the Plotamus here. I don't think he's gonna go for Toxin Shower. And I think he just stays in on Cernief here as well. I would guess an Aquatic plus a Wukl towards Gialis. He just swapped the Cernief, dang. There's the Anatan. It's probably going to be a Toxin Shower then. I guess I should have guessed that much. that just kills all tempo I even potentially had. Honestly, I think my best play is to just let him take one of mine. Hope he doesn't. He probably has Meteor Swarm. He might even just heat up here. And just double in on the Platymus and hope he doesn't swap in Turok. Because if Turok comes in on the Platymus now, I think the game's just over again. Okay. Gallus lives on a sliver. Platymus will go down. See the Meteor Swarm? Chain hits. He only gets to take one. It's a chim though. So that is unfortunate, but I think I still got some room to work with, just a little bit. Bring in Piranha now. I can sharp stabs Minotaur. Question is, how much speed does he have in this Minotaur? Most people do run some speed. My Gallus is 232. Oh shoot, he got Rusher. I forgot he gets the Rusher from me swapping in. So does he use his... Does he attack the Gallus or does he attack the Piranha? I think I gotta gamble that he goes for the Gallus. Or do I even win if he does? I can swap in Nesla in one of the slots to eat the Hasty. I don't have a whole lot left to even kill Minotaur. He went for the Piranha. Dang. Yeah, I think... I mean, hindsight, 50-50, 20-20, or whatever, the stupid phrases. I could have swapped in... He probably was just going to Crystal Bite that sled anyways, wasn't he? Glass Blade? Why do you run Glass Blade on your Anatan? I mean, my Nesla could have taken that just fine. So I could have swapped in Nesla, save the Piranha, one shot something here. If he attacks with Anatan, okay, that's a bug. If he attacks Piranha with Anatan or Turok at that health, I almost certainly live, get the first aid kit and win. Insight's 50-50. You see it or you don't, yeah. Things got bush. His Mineral Hail. If he's got a really squishy Turok, maybe. No, because I'd have to burn my Aquatic on the Turok. And then I'd just never kill the Anatan, because I'd need to kill... He's getting the turbine up anyways. Yeah, so even in an end game that he's just so clearly won, he's not making any mistakes. So that's just like a full bulk, full attack Cernif. That's tough. I mean, this one was always going to be rough just because he had so many counters to my triple crystals. And once again, he had one single mental, but the entire end game was determined by the Minotaur turn. It was literally a 50-50. Especially since he clicked Glass Blade instead of Mineral Hail. Because Gallus was absolutely in range to die to Hasty Lunge. He probably didn't know that my Piranha was fast enough to outspeed everything he had. It would have even outsped the Cernif. So yeah, it was just tough. It was definitely a winnable game. It was just all determined by one play I got wrong. Paharo really didn't do much there. Kind of sad we're not getting that. I remember the last time we tried to add some fun moments, like I had Paharo and Gialis in front of a Turok, and I H-slap into a hook kick and it killed. I think that was the most notable of them. I don't think I ever really got any Chimerian kills that I hoped for. So you'd think with +1 attack, and then getting your opponent at -2, and then having a 15% attack boost. Maybe I should have War Drum on the Paharo instead. Probably should, just for the bonus damage. Oh, someone. Oh, good luck, have fun. I should definitely have War Drum on the thing. It's kind of goofy, but I don't. Extra 8%. Even does extra chip damage on the H-slaps. Sucks that Aohi's the mental of choice here because I can't hit that one and it'll hit me hard. Yeah, no Chim. Mashuk's kind of nice here, but also like a handcuffs Volphy to push off the common factor would feel bad. I am parrier, so I can resist physical hits like decently. I really want to take out the Volphy. Trying to think of the best way to do that. And the Acronox. No Volgon kind of sucks. I'll go Piranhians, and we'll probably just go Gialis and then Paharo in the last slots. That's slow when you're facing against a Tortonite, and then he's got a potential Ragnit too. Just feels bad. It's pro team too. Nicknames, gotta love it. So the question here is, do I waste water or do I E-jab? I think I have to waste water. I don't think P-jab does enough. I don't have that much attack invest. Well, P-jab just for fun. Pro team for pro player. Absolutely. Did a lot of damage for just a P-jab. Especially when it wasn't super effective. You're like, wow. That... I almost wonder if a sharp stabs kills at that range. That looks like a max attack 2-wire. See, P-jab had it down to like 87. So it did like 62%. I don't think it kills. Really, a swap. Not what I was expecting. Not what I was expecting at all. I knew the turbine was coming out. What, yeah, I lived? That was not in the plan. But we take them. We take those. Nut bar. Okay. Harrier clutch for sure. I thought the Faraday did more damage than the turbine there, which is weird because Faraday is 95 damage BP and then turbine's 100. So I guess it was the plague just did more damage than I thought. I'm just gonna heli kick. I'm trying to think of which slot I want a crystal tail. 2-wire is probably the bigger problem. But then again, as soon as I take out Tortonite and Piranhians, no, I want Gyalis. So 2-wire is the bigger problem. This would have been a point where Crystal Bite would be kind of nice. Still don't know if that would have killed, but it would have been nice. He used it on himself, so that's unfortunate. Vertic Cage, luckily on the Mashuk. Because I did not want Zenareth taking that. Those toxic ticks, that would have been bad. We should bring in the Paharo now. Should be an alright time to just start chipping down the Tort with H-slap ticks. I can Crystal Tail. Nothing in that slot wants to take it. Even the Wolfie dies at this health. This might even do half to the Zalbian. Oh, not quite. So it actually heals off my damage because of the... Oh, yikes. I'm glad I have H-slap to try and beat that thing down a little bit. We're gonna try and... I don't have anything harder than Crystal Tail here. Well, does Major Slash do more? 95. It was 1.5. You know, I think Major Slash actually does more. It's gonna kill my stamina. But it might be worth it if I can kill this Zalbian before it gets another hit off. Because he could swap in like 2-wire and get an electro. That doesn't even matter though. I'm already faster, so I don't really need a turbo. I will Hypno the Tort slot though. And I'm just gonna Sharpening because one attack won't kill. so worst thing he can do is Electro Punch my Paharo, which I guess would be kind of bad. But Zenith is scaling. I'm +4. He's also +4, but whatever. Ah, there's the Electro Punch. Okay, darn. It's not the best play I've ever made. Probably should have Wind Burst and just doubled in and killed the thing. I have an idea of what I want my 1.6 team to be. I mean, I run so many teams throughout a patch. It's likely that it'll either be Bun Bun centered or Arachnite centered. Because if I'm running Bun Bun, I'm running both Bun Bun and Aohi because they're really a good combo. And if I'm running Arachnite, I also get to run Valiar probably. And just both of those are combos of Tems I really like. And I can't really put them together just because they stack weaknesses a little too bad. But that's a-okay. This is why I bring in Piranhants, because I am expecting an incoming Diamond Fort on the Zenith. Or, whatever it's called. Tornight's Garden. Does this kill? Nice, that's huge. He actually disables my item here. I don't think that matters at this point. I think I can still one-shot every single thing in the right slot. Because I'm +4. Can H-Slap start chipping down the Tortonite again? I could Sharp Stabs just for a little extra damage, just to make sure that the Volphy goes down, because if it doesn't, that would be really bad. Because it does more than Crystal Tail right now because Slingshot's disabled. Well, I didn't need it, but better safe than sorry. He's crying. I mean, Tortonite's really good at sitting there, but it has to do something afterwards. And since I do have options of self-scaling and defense dropping, it's also really good for me. I can outpace his scaling, as long as I have stamina to do so. Which, it's not like I have unlimited stamina by any means, but quite a bit. Why hasn't he gardened yet? I mean, I'll get 3 Crystal Tails off before he gets to garden. I'm pretty sure he'll do it now. Common Factor would clear, that's true. I could clear with self H-Slap, which I would definitely do. He doesn't have garden. He has Crystal Spikes, Rotten Goo, Quartz Shield, and Diamond Fort, so that's why he hasn't. I'm just lowering his defense more and more so that when I bring Gialis in, I'll be able to just hook kick. I'm going to have to rest on Zenith this turn. Should be the only rest I have to use on it, but could even just take the OX, but nah. He needs like 3 more Crystal Spikes before he can do anything. He's only +2 defense now. Rotten Goo does it does just over half, so my Piranha will die to another one. Stream skipping for anyone else? I hope not. Let me know if it is though. I'm running out of stamina anyway, so it's not too bad if Piranha dies. I've got the offensive scaling on Zenith anyways, and Gallus can hit super effective. Yeah. Without Garden, he doesn't have any way to heal either. It's doing it for you as well. I'm not sure what's causing it. I don't think it's anything on my end. It looks fine. Does it normally do this? It's just nobody mentions it. GG, someone. GG. Yes, GG. Seems better now. I wonder if it was just the in-game animations sometimes take a little bit more. First time? Okay, that's good, that's good. Oh, okay, okay. That encounter time, it must just be an internet thing on my side. It seems like there's just a little bit of delay. So I definitely see what you guys are talking about there with that. You guys, yep, it's about like a quarter of a second. It's like I'm only getting 3 bars of connection instead of 4, so maybe that's something to do with it. I don't think there's anything I can do about it, unfortunately. Sometimes internet does internet things. I'm sure y'all understand. Hopefully it's not too bad. Hopefully it's fine on the recording. If it gets really bad, just let me know. I might have to call the stream early or something. Yeah. Probably should get a new router. It's actually been having a lot of issues. I don't think I've replaced it since my family got the house, like, how many years ago now? 17 years ago? No, we must have replaced it since then. There's no way. I don't remember how old it is, but it's definitely a few years old. Zenith performed pretty well that game. I hope that he wasn't focusing it down. But I had quite a bit of pressure overall. And so it was just I didn't give him a chance to all that much. I can definitely see the vibe. And plus, like, if you kill Zenith, you gotta know that whatever you kill it with is gonna get the -2 attack, special attack because of the Wrecked Farewell. So you're actually enticed not to kill the thing. Unless you have a status to take it down with. And even then, getting the health at just the perfect percent, sometimes you end up spending so many resources to get it in the perfect spot that it's just not worth it by the time it happens. If Wolfie wasn't so low, it would have been dead sooner, but that's why I focused down the Wolfie, though. It seemed like a relatively squishy Wolfie, though. Is it pretty fast? And that's what happened? Yugan. Been a while since I've seen him around. Maybe he's trying out the 1.6 patch. I don't see anything new on his team, but it's good to see him back. Looks like a... Look, it could be a stall variation with these 5, sort of Calibus. Max speed? Okay, that's what it looked like. No fires. 2 earths. Piraniant and Gialis is looking pretty good. As soon as I ban Grumper. Used to be Jinx Whisper Burglar. Oh, that's fun. I like that. This strategy is much nicer to be blue side because you can pick your support and then your carry second. Because right now I have no immediate pressure on this Cerny if I just don't. Triple crystal? Yeah, I mean, the type chart is just totally screwed. It's just to kind of embrace the meme. Gotta do that. Oh, Turok pickup. Kind of surprising. Cerny's about to live till the end of time. Yeah. There goes Chim too. Definitely pick up these two because Paharo can lower defenses. Also, Volgon can lower defenses, so we're gonna have to go for some plays like that. Protector, so it's not Benefactor. It's got the nut bar though. Don't have max attack. I don't know if Akinu normally lives Crystal Bite or anything though. We'll just get the H-Slap double gash damage off. We'll be knocking off the synergy as well, so I won't be immediately afraid of a synergy Wokel to take out Piranha next turn. It would just be a matter of does the Kinu have Resin Trap, I think. Slow Kinu? Like, very slow Kinu? Question mark? It's not bad for initial turn against Cerneve. Ooh. I don't like that. Okay. It's not as bad as I thought. Where's my Piranha faster? It's just for on tempo H slaps. Alright, so I can Nox Bomb and it'll do a ton of damage to this Cerneve. But he could also swap in Tortonite. I think that's just what I'm gonna go for though. And then I just Crystal Bite the Kinu. He doesn't have either of his resists because he didn't pick either of his Earths. Love the tech, but that's crazy. I've played this Piranha a bit before. Normally, I like to just have it with Tuvine and Shimurian, so I only have to have it at like 202 speed. You get to save like an extra 150 TVs that way, and it's much more reasonable. Didn't do a whole. It must be an anaerobic Volerend. I know it's resisted, but I'm +4 and hitting on Volerend's weaker defensive stat. This is a pretty good Volgon board. I don't particularly need Gialis or anything. I'd rather just keep the tempo going. Get some more damage on Calibus. Calibus is what's enabling Cerneve to outspeed and kill my Piranha. Otherwise, I can outspeed and do a lot of damage or kill Cerneve, so that's why I'm prioritizing Calibus right now. Even though everything on this team kills Piranhas. Yeah, definitely. That's painful. An H-slap of his own! Love to see it. Seems a bit weird. Normally you'd do like a strangle turn one, but maybe it's an offensively invested Calibus or something. Gonna be close if the Calibus lives, I think. Okay, he swaps. Coordinate. Fair enough. Fair enough. I haven't heard the sound for that seal before. I knew they added a fart seal, but I did not know it had a sound effect. Yeah, Volgon cannot live the sea spikes from Tort, and unless it's base speed, I won't outspeed either. I can still get some value with Volgon later, so I kind of don't want to let it die here. Probably going to go for a double swap. This way I can let Gialis get some stamina back. Earth is good at taking hits, right? I'll probably just do the same thing and just court shield himself or something. Really, Cernif comes in. Oh, court shield on the Cernif. Interesting. I think I'll be faster than the Tort Knight. It looks like a slower stallier one based on court shield and how much damage it took. Could swap in Kinu, but that seems kind of risky against the Zenith. Yeah, alright, good. Might go for Paharo here, could hurt, but I think I will manage. I'll just get an H-slap off on the Cernif and then go from there. Nope, he goes for the Zenith, that doesn't do any damage. He doesn't have any stat buffs up yet. There he got his first one, so he's scaling. I'll have to consider going for Tort Knight next turn based on how much damage it takes here. Just because I don't want it to keep getting defensive buffs off. Alright, that was more than 5 damage. We're doing more than Nutbar. 5%, that is. And that does 72. That does enough. I can take it out next turn. Watch out for the garden. You're right, but I'm still doing alright as well. Is Windverse gonna do more than H-slap? Probably not. I could save some stamina, but yeah. Bush. 54. Oh, it just goes down. Friendship OP. Paharo's Zenith really coming through. More than I thought, for sure. Huh. Maybe that wasn't as bulky as a Tort Knight as I thought. And we're gonna hit the Cernif just because like I said, I just don't want this thing to keep scaling. He's got the synergy. Not too afraid of it. Toxic Ink will kill me in 2 turns, probably. So my life is limited on Zenith. He's also pretty limited on Cernif now. If this doesn't just straight up, yeah, like that, boof. Kinu can't deal with Gialis. 116. I actually lived, so he has to attack me again with Calibus. You like this combo? It's a fun combo. Very fun. It just forfeits. Oh, with the Paharo on the board. GG. So it's kind of nice with the speed tuning on Zenrith. You reach the speed you want to. And you also get to use a sharpening and still be slower than the Paharo, which is really interesting. Seems might be better to run C-Bite instead of Major Slash. I haven't faced anyone with a whole lot of Urson Fires. If I do face somebody with Urson Fires, it would be nice. The thing is that Major Slash actually does more damage than Crystal Tail. Because Crystal Tail has an effective BP of 135, while Major Slash has 150. Now, yes, like, Crystal Bite has very high, but resisted it's less. It's just to have the option there in case I need it. If I could be remembering wrong, and I very well might be, but I think Chaotico was actually the first one to acknowledge the Paharo, so it's cool to run into him. Okay, only one fire and no earths. So bye-bye, Kapire. Sorry. Normally I like to let people use what they're cooking with, and right now I see Kapire and Venmet, but it's just, it works against what I'm using, so can't let it through. Monotype don't want to be getting walled so hard against resists. Yeah. Can be a pretty nasty resist. Well, we'll start off with probably Gialis. That way I'm not weak to his melees immediately. You think, what are the chances that this is a Sharp Leaf Chimerian? Just what are the chances? Like Slingshot Sharp Leaf Chimerian. I want to say low, but Chaotico likes to cook too, so. And that would be really bad if I pick Piranha. That's the only reason I'm even thinking about it. I think we just try it. Don't think you have room to slap Sharp Leaf these days. I mean, you could argue you'd run it over Frond Whip. I mean, 57, 1.5 is like, I don't know. It's pretty much like 85 BP effectively. And that way, but you can use it when you're not super slow. So if you have a speedier Chimerian, you could probably get away with it. Argument is bad. I think there's also an argument over sharpening to run it, but yeah. I don't like Plotamus. Pick Archim. Chim's really good against Myth or Oshiara, and can even threaten out Golzi with Glass Blade. We bring Nesla because it'll be better against the Electrics and Oshiara. And then we bring Paharo because it's Paharo. Always my reasoning on the last pick when I just... You never know when we can get a turbo off, and then all of a sudden outspeed something for a Hypno. Mashuk's getting banned pretty much all the time. If nothing else, it's doing its job of being ban bait, so I can play the rest of the team. He's lowering his defense for me. It's fake beard, so probably no sharp leaf. I'm gonna stay in with Piranha for sure. Speed arrow? Which one had the speed arrow? I guess if he goes now, Piranha was the speed arrow. Okay, so Chimerian and Piranha are speed tied. Oof. I'm relatively confident I can live a glass blade. Only relatively confident though, not fully. He's probably calculating it on Temtem right now. uh, didn't even click it. Must have been predicting me to save my Gallus or something. But because I outspeed the Venmet, I kill the Chim, and then I also get this H-Slap off, which is really nice. So now he's -3 defense. Base Jump does take down Gialis. Venmet has Ninja up. I don't have any mentals to deal with it. It's either going to be Golzy or Mooflank, and I don't know which one. If it's Mooflank, I want Nesla. Oh, whatever, we just bring in Nesla. It's got marbles anyways, marbles value. Yeah, there's the Mooflank, okay. I'm not confident all. Well, I kind of gotta hope I just live, so I can get a T-Strike off. I don't think he'll target Piranha right now. He's not real afraid, and he knows I'm running out of stamina as well. I'm gonna Cold Geyser the Venmet so that I can smack it with an Ice Cubes and finish it off next turn. Next turn. He'll be -4 defense when he comes back in. It's kind of funny. Yikes. Did not do a lot of damage. I have a wind? I don't. I have Paharo! If I predict him to go for Sparkling Bullet, I could actually freeze him, because I'll be faster than him. If he goes for Hasty, though, that won't be the case. Aquatic can take out the Mooflank. I think I just stay in on the Piranha and predict that I'll go below half health, get the boost, the energy reserves. Oh, the Mooflank, really? My calcs were that off? I could have froze him for sure. Wait, I did freeze him. Wait. Why am I don't know, I'm just kind of lost. Goring's down on Mooflank now. He's cooking with these spreads. could have used that on the Golzy, I suppose. I just hope he doesn't Oshi the... I even live on the Nesla. What is that Golzy spread? It is Diffuser. He can't use his Prio move on Nesla. Sorry, Paharo, but you're just a sacrificial pigeon today. Paharo? Yeah, sure, why not? Question is, does he have enough speed on his Venmet to outspeed my Chimerian? Or maybe I shouldn't risk it and just go Piranha it. And just hope that Piranha can live a hasty. No Tesla? I love E-Storm. Tesla costs more stamina now, not worth. But yeah, I mean, I see its uses. I like E-Storm though. Paharo really popped off last game. This game it did absolutely nothing, but that's okay. Tesla Venmet here. Good. That keeps me just out of first aid kit range. Pain. Even without the burn, I don't think I would have finished it off there. I guess it just comes down to am I faster or not. Like Minotaur has to take down Piranha. I could go for Glass Blade, but like that never kills. It probably does like 60%. He's -5 on +1. Piranha was I know that doesn't mean much. My Piranha is 230, 233. Yes! Slow Venmet. No! Too bulky! Yes! Oh, I don't know. I mean, I should have this, right? He can't Black Hole, and there's no way a 4x kills me at this health. Oh, that was crazy. I guess he only used uppercut, right? People don't run hook kick. Well, that was kind of crazy. I thought for sure I would kill. That must be like a 600 or 700 bulk Venmet. Maybe not. Maybe I'm just underestimating his natural bulk. Hook kick's too risky. Yeah, I know. It hardly ever sees value. Well, Paharo did literally nothing there, but we pulled out a win, so that's cool. Good game. That one was so close. That must not be a max attack Venmet, but it didn't have a whole lot of speed either, probably, because it would have outsped me. I'm a little surprised to not see the Venmet at least outspeed base speed Chim. I feel like that's a reasonable and popular enough breakpoint, but maybe I really am the only one running base speed Chim. I just feel like everyone else runs slow, bulky Chim as well. Oh man, I'm still getting that lag. Sorry, guys. Play Torment is where it's at. Assassin Venmet. Oh, GG. Yeah, I have no idea what that Venmet spread was. I thought you had me for sure. I thought you had me for sure. Oh, good game. Yeah, you really had me sweating there. Oh, I might play just like one more and then call it for tonight. I'm getting a bit of a headache coming on. Don't want to stress myself out too much. Just slow and bulky? Okay. Do you have like max attack invest, or do you kind of sacrifice some for extra bulk? More people should try sack Venmet. I don't know, I think sack Ventil used to be the play just because that was the only thing it could do and be useful. Venmet doesn't have enough move slots for everything it wants to have. Because it also wants hook kick. It just can't run it because you need like base jump, savage, and ninja. Mashuk gets banned again. I mean, Mashuk is more or less just the better H slap because it has P-Jab. Didn't I pick Gialis or something? Because I can pick Gialis, and then even if he picks Turok, I just water double gash. And that, I believe, would take it out. Maybe not. Turok's really bulky. Hedgen being low-key dead, season Venmet's safer to play. I don't know. It's not like the rest of the Digis got nerfs. It's not like like the Zalbi and Munko whatever garbage Digicore got banned. Plus, mental stonks are way up, and now that Phantom Whiplash is a thing, like Aohi is, I think Aohi's really really strong. Maybe not. It's much more consistent and viable. I think I still go the Piranha. Shimuri. So he's still letting me have the Zenith. He'll probably just respect it a bit more this time. Shook is a large Cerny 3. Yeah. I mean, he's got the Kinu, though. Kind of smack it with a beta or something. It seems like it was a slow, bulky Kinu. Digicourse deletes all Digis, then played Digiprotect Arachnite on the same team. Oh, I guess that's the one thing I haven't tried yet. So maybe that'll be tomorrow. And then I can say I tried everything out this week. New Digiprotect. Like a speedy overclock Arachnite with Digiprotect and Cozy Net. So he grabbed Ukama this time. So he has two water cutting synergies. So it's not like I can get away with just getting in energy reserves Nox Bomb off on the thing like I did last. Well, I didn't actually get it off, but the idea was there. What is this Kinu gonna do? Like, I don't need... Piranha does almost nothing against the entire team. It just can Nox Bomb Cernif and Ukama. And then H-Slap. I'd be a little surprised to see him attack Gialis, but you never know. What's Paharo doing? It is H-Slap Friendship with also Turbo and Sleep. Not a whole lot, but it's. I mean, it pops off sometimes. You should see my first match against this guy, Yugon, worked out really well. So he is targeting the Gyalis, acknowledging it as a threat. Wookle on it as well. How big of a threat is Cernief? Because I could Sharp Stabs and like Nox Bomb here, and that should put it in range to die to something. I guess I can C-Bite because that was faster. Doesn't have any resist to C-Bite. I do the C-Bite on the Kinu. I think. Let me do another H-Slap on the Cernief. He stayed in. I'm very surprised. Because that. It wasn't Kaleidoscope, so it's not Layful Sap or anything. I guess he really just wants to Gyalis dead. Bring in Volgon now. Volgon can finish off Kinu and also threaten off the two waters. And even if he swaps into Tort, that's fine. I use a Nox Bomb on the Cernief that's now -3 defense, and hope it does quite a bit of damage. Oh, sacrifice. I forgot Kinu gets that, honestly. That's really, really bad. That was just... You almost never see Kinu. I really never see Kinu around. And so... Yeah, that was a good play by him. He revitalized, though. He's not dealing damage. Sack on a Tor would have won him the game. Quite possibly. Quite possibly. Is he finally going to go for Piranha? Biggest Cernief enjoyer known to man. This is really bad for me. He brought in the Calibus. I thought he was getting synergy for Wookle and was just going to smack the Piranha Ant and then I'd kill him with energy reserves, but of course that wouldn't be a good play for him, so he didn't make it. I only have one offensive carry left. I just realized I way overloaded this team with supports. Now Piranha Ant's in range to die to a Wookle because I took that. I was listening shots ctail that people in here swore was gas. It's pretty good, honestly. It's way better than I expected. And I'm playing it on an offensive team. I think most people having success were playing it on slower, bulkier teams. But it's still pretty solid. It's not like the best thing ever. Really? I guess it's confined. Probably. Yeah. So he's got I forget what moves it even used last time. Well, this is really interesting because I can just get this Tortonite down to like -6 relatively easily. I guess I don't have unlimited stamina, but... Like, he's already -5 now. That's energy reserves range. Ooh, it doesn't kill. That's actually really bad. I wanted that to kill. Because then I could bring in Zenerith and then finish off the Tort. I mean, I'm pretty sure Zenerith can just finish off either one of these with a single attack. Tsunami, interesting. So Piranha gets to live unless Tortonite attacks. But I'm assuming he did that so that Tortonite can click something that's not an attack. Nope, he still went for the Rotten Goo. So we've got Rotten Goo, Cage. I think he had Quartz Shield, and he has Crystal Spikes. So once again, no Tortonite's Garden. He's also running very low on stamina on both Tems. Tornado X is no matter what it does, so we just let it. And we make sure Calibus dies. Even Paharo is doing 10% damage now. When are we seeing Valiar Gaming? I tried it day 1. I'll bring it back at some point for sure. Oh, I needed that extra. Dang. No slingshot for a couple turns. That's fine. I can sharpening and it'll still be really good. Unless it's camo on the Ukama, then that'll be bad because I can't Hypno it, which is such a common item. And I think this is an old returning player. He's probably running it. Yeah, dang. It's gonna get poison ticks too. Because I get Water Cannon, then I get Aquatic, and then I need to live the Poison Ticks and the 2 hits themselves. Then I think I stand a chance, because I think Tortonite's in kill range. But that's tough. It's so tough. I can H-slap to try and put Ukama in kill range. No, I lose. Yeah. I probably had to just go for the ctail and hope I outsped and killed or something. Yeah. Ah, dang. Because if that Ukama wasn't camo, I would have put it to sleep, sharpening. I would have ctailed the Tortonite, and then killed it. Well, no, I still would have lost. Because I would have been on like a sliver, and I would have needed Cernif to die, and that just wasn't the case. So GG. That cage was really what screwed me over. I was not expecting cage. I probably should have, because confined, and he had me on a perfect board to scale up. It's just that I was able to drop his defenses. It may have even been better for me if he actually dropped one of his offensive moves for Knight's Garden, because then I would have been able to. Then he wouldn't have been able to kill either my Volgon or my Piranha, because he would have lost one of his stabs. And then I could have punished him on that side, and I would have had an extra support to work with. Not that I think that mattered too much. It was just a tough game. Lots of things threw me off and I lost, but good game. But yeah, I'm going to call it tonight. Getting a bit of a headache, so. But, that was fun. Got to use Paharo, another baby Tem. I think tomorrow's either going to be Digiprotect Arachnite with Overclock, now that Digiprotect is kind of interesting, or it's going to be just probably the team I used in the tournament today. Whichever one I feel like doing. If I stream. I don't know, every time I think like, oh, I'm going to stream, or oh, I'm going to stream early, and then it's just like something comes up, and I either have to stream like 7 hours later than I wanted to, or not at all. So, hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate each and every one of you. So, that'll be all from me tonight, and have a good one. Bye-bye.